Thanks for staying tuned. I have been joined by Dan Smith, longtime local here in the Vail Valley. We hear him talking about rescues and searches and all sorts of stuff. We're going to talk about him right now. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate
Always
you
a
being
pleasure.
here. I appreciate what you do. I appreciate what you did. I appreciate all about you. But tell the viewers, how long have you been here? What brought you here? That sort of thing.
I've been here since late 2001. Okay. Long time ago, we can start with in the beginning, there was the word, but we probably won't go back that far. Graduated from college, and at that time in the 60s, you knew what your job was. If you're male, you were going to go to the Army and you were going to go to Vietnam, which did happen, and came back, went to graduate school, and got a job for 30 years with Exxon.
Well, let me thank you there. Thank you for your service time. You just kind of brush over that. Let's talk a little bit. It's not that you just went and served. You went and served and did some amazing things.
Well, I don't know how amazing they were. I was a armored cavalry sergeant. I had a vehicle of my own and rolled around and let people shoot at me. And 2 or 3 times they got successful, which was always interesting. A thing like that could set a tone for your day.
Sure. Is that word of the week?
Yeah, and then the 30 years with Exxon makes me a dinosaur because I never changed employers.
30 years. I mean, you just don't see that anymore.
No, not at all. And it has some good and some bad to it. But I always knew that I'm getting out of here at 55. I've got other things to do. And we looked around, and we'd started skiing here in 78, a couple weeks a year. And we knew we wanted to retire in the mountains. We'd lived in Alaska in our Exxon years, so we liked the cold weather. We looked at Aspen for about 30 seconds and decided this is not where we want to go. But we looked at Bend, and we looked at Steamboat, looked at other places, and finally landed here, Interstate being part of it, and actually renting a condo from Packy Walker for 20 years.
Wow.
Just for the 2 weeks, but we were Packy's guests for 20 years, which gives you an interesting view of Vail, which we'll talk about at a later time.
And we talked off camera, we might need to bring Packy in.
Packy would be great in here. And then you get up here and you say, okay, good. I'm here. Now what do I do?
Right.
I can ski for a while and do the standard, try and ski your age, and about 58 you decide you don't want to do that anymore.
Cut those days in half.
Yeah,
maybe.
And then at 71 I'm darn sure not trying to ski my age. So you try and find something to do that's interesting, and I have a rule that says 2 things have to happen before I'll do something. It's got to be fun, because I don't do non-fun things. Didn't retire to do that. And it's got to deliver a real service to a live or occasionally dead human. Well, mountain rescue does that.
Nailed both those.
Yeah, got sucked into that vortex. And then my church sucked me into being board chairman of the Salvation Army for 14 years. That's fun.
Right.
And then I ran into a guy named Gene Usselton, who was dean of the college way back in the day. And he said, well, you've got a master's. I said, yeah. Have you taught before? Oh, yeah, I taught in graduate school. Said, would you like to teach here? So, okay, let's talk about this a little bit. So I taught for the college for about 13 years, and I taught American government. I'm a retired lobbyist, so I think my contract with Exxon was that I have to teach American government when I retire, just to try and get things actually working right.
Right.
And just thoroughly enjoyed that. But at a certain point in time, I wanted another day of my life back, because between teaching and Rotary, all on Wednesdays, I had a whole day of my life that was gone.
Right.
I quit them both. And I got 1/7 of my life back.
There you go. Retired for 1/7.
Retired. I've got 1/7, and it filled up real quick.
I'm sure.
You have to do something, or you'll go crazy. You just can't ski and play bridge and golf. And you can find something meaningless to do, or you can say, no, look, this needs doing or that needs doing. And I kind of know how to do that. I did something like it before. I got elected to the ambulance district board, and I do political work for them sometimes when it's necessary. And you decide, okay, you retired, and you had a scandalous amount of money, and enough self-deception to think for a while you actually earned it, and the society beats that out of you pretty quick. You just got lucky. You were in the right place at the right time. So you start giving back to the community. And you're not the only one. We did food baskets on Friday and Saturday. And we had a whole lot of people that are well-to-do. And then we had a lot of people that aren't well-to-do come deliver the baskets. And we have former clients from the Salvation Army that come and help fill the baskets.
Right.
So it's a valley that people do things in. You just don't come and sit here and vegetate. And you got plenty of time to do nothing when you catch that shovel full of dirt in the face.
We thank you for all you do, my
Pleasure.
friend. Thank you very much. Stay tuned. We've got weather coming up next. Dan Smith, a longtime local. Don't go anywhere.